from the get-go, all right? These all been prophesied thousands of years ago, right? But just to kind of gorilla back off of what he was going in on when we first walked up, it's just about the madness that our people was going through, right? Bring it out.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
So we always dealing through the Spirit and power of the Most High God by H.O.I AND SACARII, right? So he's giving us the understanding of what these scriptures are speaking about. That's why we have the understanding to know and to speak it before it happens, right? To validate these scriptures, right? So it says the Spirit is speaking expressly in the latter times, someone's going to do what?
Depart from the faith.
People are going to depart from the faith. We're going to have men trying to deal with men, women dealing with women. We're going to be having the doubt of our mind where we ain't going to try to acknowledge the Most High nor his Son at all. Same thing we were saying earlier. When these missiles hit, what is these comedic dudes going to do? That's you. That's your life hanging in doubt and you having no assurance of your life. Okay. Right? That's you having no assurance of your life.
They actually, what's his name? North Korea asked me today, do I believe that North Korea is going to go to war with America? I said, I know North Korea is going to go to war with America. He's ready because he lives in America.
Right.
We have faith. This is inevitable. It's going to happen. Ain't nothing we can do about it. We got to have the faith that we're going to get delivered out of it, though.
Yeah, and that's my point. Because it's an inevitable thing that a third world war is going to touch the soil of America. This is the same answer the brother just gave you. America is going to be wiped off of the map.
That's right.
So if you live in America, what are you going to do when the missiles is shot off? You can't try to go catch you a red eye and get out of the country. That ain't going to happen. You'll probably take off and catch one in midair. You see what I'm saying? So that's how it's going to work. What are you going to do in this country? You got to have faith in the Most High God of Yahweh by H.O.I AND SACARII. And when you're living in the ways of the Most High, that's where your life comes from. And we're going to touch on that briefly. Finish that?
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
Seducing spirits. So that's that spirit that's on these homosexuals. That's these spirits that's on these dudes that want to deny the Most High. It's a seducing spirit. Why? Because you can, when you in Kimmy, you can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to be obedient. You don't have to be in order. You don't have to be on your P's and Q's and sharp all the time. You can lollygag through the street, read a couple of books, and go and try to spit it up to somebody like you got some sort of knowledge, but you don't have to study and constantly meditate these scriptures like the Bible tells us to. You don't have to diligently seek the Most High. And as the scriptures say, when you turn away from the Most High and you come back, you got to go and come back and worship 10 times harder.
Right.
When you're dealing in Kimmy, you can just lollygag all day, man. It take you 20 years to get the truth or to gain some knowledge. It's no pressure, right? Go ahead.
And doctrines of devils.
And then they start to follow doctrines of devils. This is what our people are doing, doctrines of devils. The devil is the deceiving thing, all right? It's a deceiver. We want to follow a doctrine that's going to take us so far away from who we are that it's so hard for us to come back, all right? That's what the brother brought out in Deuteronomy 32, right? Dealing how the Most High, in his anger against us, he was going to remove the remembrance of us from among men, all right? Even amongst ourselves. Finish that, go to verse 2.
Verse 2, speaking lies and hypocrisy.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy. And that's where this doctrine is coming in. The seducing spirit, the deception, the lies and hypocrisy. Where they're trying to convince our men that it's okay to go and deal with damn trannies, man. They're trying to find some sort of way to justify it. All right? It's okay, it's normal, it's natural, be fluid, all of this.
It's not gay.
It's not gay. They want to now try to dumb it down like it ain't gay, man. All right, it's the gayest thing around. All right, to knowingly go and deal with a damn man or somebody who used to be a man and now they want to portray themselves as a woman. That is a doctrine of a devil, all right? Go ahead.
Having their conscience. Having their conscience seared with hot iron.
So it says having their conscience seared with a hot iron. Because when your conscience is seared, the lines between good and evil is now blurred. All right? So even when Esau puts us in a position where we got to go out and do for ourselves and be able to try to make a living for ourselves, we think it's good to go out and sell dope to our own people. Our women think it's good to go out and shake her ass on a damn pole or to go and sell her womb for a little bit of damn money. But she thinks she's doing good because her conscience is now seared with a hot iron through the lust of her own deception, because she wants to do it anyway. So she's like, look. And then the next man who's in the world is going to tell you, hey, baby, go and get your paper. As long as you're getting your paper, why are you out here dealing with these dudes for free when you can get paid for it? You can take care of your kids. You can go and pay yourself, pay your way through college. You can do all these things, and you can get ahead in life by being wicked. And then you independent. Now you don't even need that man. All right? Go ahead.
Forbidding to marry.
No, that's it on that. Get that in Genesis 3. Start at 3. It's 2 Corinthians 11. Start at 3. Go ahead.
Book of Genesis, chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
So in this latter time, we're going to depart from the faith the same way that the serpent beguiled Eve to depart from the ways and the commandment of the Most High, going back all the way into the garden. Read.
Which the Most High power had made.
Go ahead.
And he said unto the woman, Yea, have the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?
So the same way the serpent came in, which we know is a spiritual demon, Satan came in and beguiled Eve and convinced her to go away from the ways of the Most High, is the same way that the people that is not under the ways, law, statutes, and the commandments of the Most High God is coming in unto our people, trying to steer them away the same way. The so-called white man coming in again, trying to convince you it's okay to deal with a tranny. All right, the so-called white man coming in thinking it's okay, or giving you the ability to think it's okay to go and sell dope, to do dope. First of all right, it's gotta be okay for you to do dope in order for you to sell dope. All right, what's the dude? Future making a song. Molly Perkins said, yeah, he don't do drugs. That don't make no damn sense. Yet he'll sit up here and flood the damn airwaves and the radio stations with that song all damn day. Until you find yourself in a position where everybody around you is in the world, all right, and they doing dope, and all they gotta do is offer it to you, and that spirit and that peer pressure comes upon you. Get young nigga, move that dope. Get Ciroc 2-in-1 for me. All right, because it's the pressure. That's why the scriptures also say we gotta separate ourselves. We are a holy people unto the Most High, which means to be separate. He severed us from these other nations for a good reason. All right, to give us the law, statutes, commandments, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that He has held in high regard and high esteem, so that we're supposed to be better than everybody on the planet Earth. Yet when we follow after the ways of the heathen, we become low. All right, go ahead.
Out of the Apocrypha, the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord.
When you want to come and you want to serve the Lord, you need to separate yourself from the people. Read.
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
It says prepare your soul for temptation. Because in the latter times, at the times where this truth is going to be going out, the prophecies is going to be coming to pass. They're going to be being fulfilled. The elder just said it. When 9/11 hit, now everybody want to come come into class, right? And then things start getting hard. When the day-to-day life starts to get back closer to normal, then you want to go back into the world.
Right.
When you just seen something catastrophic happen that the scriptures spoke about, all right? Nation rising against nation. You're going to see turmoil. You're going to see pestilence, famine. You're going to see all types of woe in the streets. You seeing these things happen, right? So it says, prepare thy soul for the temptation. Because in these last days, there's going to be so much information out there to draw you away from it that you're going to have to be rooted and set in these scriptures within the spirit of the Most High God so that you don't steer off. Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright.
And the only way that you are going to be secure is when you set your heart aright. The brother also spoke about when brothers come into the truth, they're like, man, I need a wife, man, I need to do this and I need to do that. And he says you need to get grounded in this thing. Come in, get in order, get right, all right, set your heart aright with the Most High, and then you'll be able to know how to deal with the woman. But not only just with the woman, you'll be able to know how to deal in day-to-day life when you go to work. You see what I'm saying? And they got a damn potluck at work, all right? And they brought all this food, and you know, okay, look, you know what? I need to be on my P's and Q's, I need to be sharp. As the scriptures say, one jot to one tittle, meaning to dot your I's and cross your T's, right? Be on point. Who brought this? What is this? What's in it? You going to the store, it might seem weird, but hey, you reading the back of labels. Trying to make sure that you on point to show the Most High that you're worthy to be pardoned from these missiles that's inevitable to hit this place.
Right.
Go ahead.
And constantly endure.
And constantly endure, because that temptation is going to come. Your woman's going to tempt you. Your mother's going to tempt you. Your father's going to tempt you. Grandma going to tempt you. I just had it was the other day. I brought my son over to my grandma's house, and she's sitting there with a piece of pizza. He's 2 years old. He walks up to her like have a bite, and she about to give it to him. I'm like, come on, this is my grandmother. She knows exactly where I'm coming from in terms of following the laws and and the dietary laws reported in Leviticus the 11th chapter. Trust and believe. When I got this truth, I took it straight to grandma, who was supposed to be in the church for the last 70, 90 years of her life. And she still don't know Leviticus the 11th chapter. All right? And she was definitely about to give that up to my son. So these are the type of temptations that we're going to have to deal with. Being in this truth amongst this wicked world. Go ahead.
Constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble.
See, we got to remain patient as well, right? Give me Romans the 15th chapter. All right, give me Romans 15. Start at 4.
Who? The king. Or the next box.
Okay, yeah, still hold Corinthians. What's up? Are you done with Genesis?
You did demo.